Hi there, guys. Today I will be presenting a slideshow on the proposal of a porch I will be building in the future. This is for AET 245, and this is for a class at Wallace States in Hanceville for a instructor whose name I cannot give out on YouTube. Um, I cannot go into slideshow mode because my laptop freezes up, so bear with me, please. The name of this presentation is Building a Porch. Final presentation exam. Silverio Reina. The proposal of a porch. The idea of a porch came to me after I had bought a 32 by 60 1984 manufactured home. The mobile home will be placed on a piece of property I had bought 2 years earlier. My girlfriend and I had bought the double wide in order to avoid paying rent because she wanted to move out together. And I did not like the idea of paying $400 to $1,000 in rent every month and not be able to save up to buy a house eventually. After the mobile home was leveled and set, I had paid the movers. I still had funds over to remodel the home and build a porch. Why a porch? Buying a home Buying a mobile home according to SF Gate, manufactured homes typically depreciate much like a car. This means by the end, you'll own your home, but it may not have much value. Some buyers combat this by buying the land the home sits on, hoping the property will appreciate even if the manufactured home does not. Try to save off a manufactured home's depreciation by upgrading interior finishes, building on additions, and anchoring it to the land with a permanent foundation. SF Gate. In other words, while my investment on the double wide may not give me a nice return when we decide to sell, the land it sits on and the additions it will have certainly will help sustain its value. This is ultimately why I decided to build a porch, as it will add more square footage of livable space and will also help the depreciation factor of a mobile home. The dimensions. After seeing what I had in the budget, I realized I didn't have too much to build an extravagant porch. I could borrow a little extra from the bank in order to remodel my double wide properly, but I decided on a modest plain deck that I will add on later with my girlfriend and I are financially upright again. I decided to build a 12 by 15 long by 8 foot wide porch. No roof, at least not yet. The top of the porch or will sit right under the door and will be at a height of 2 feet 10 inches. The budgets. After the purchase of the lands, the double wide, the move, and a little bit of remodeling, we'd already spent a good $40K so far, which in our case is not bad considering most newer mobile homes will go for an upper $60K mark. So these are the materials that I have in the budgets for the future porch. Not sure how that's pronounced. I think it is polyfin plastic deck block. 4 of them for 838s will be 33.52. Pressure treated lumber, 6 pieces of 2 by 10 by 16 at $30.19 will come out to be $181.14. Excuse the 2 at the end. I think that's a typo. 3 4 by 4 by 8s at $25.98 a piece will be $77.43. 13 2 by 6 by 16s at $23.98 will be $311.74. 1 piece of 2 by 8 by 16 at 25.37 will be 35.37. And then finally, galvanized steel interior deck nails, 2 packs, 3.5 inches, 5 pounds, 247 pieces per package at $18.98 per package will be $37.96. In total, the budget will be $677.67 before tax. Note: all materials and prices are quoted from Lowe's.com in Trustville. Difficulties of the projects. While researching what first time builders come across when building their porch, I came across 3 points: building permits, roof pitches, and financial burdens. Building permits. I currently live in Sneed, city limits. While although it may be a small town, I must check in with them to make sure my project is okay. The first burden a first time builder may come across in their project is obtaining the right permit to complete their first project. In the United States, according to the United States Census Bureau, the percentage of population living in the cities in 2013 was highest in the Midwest and West at 71.2% and 76.4% respectively, Census Bureau. In other words, a lot of the population finds themselves needing a permits. I would read this, but I'm just going to paraphrase from here on. So, in short terms, a majority of the population finds themselves in city limits having to obtain a permit in order to build. And other sources that I may have not included is Houses of America, and they typically have their respective boundaries and rules as to how their neighborhoods can be maintained. Deciding on the roof pitch, future plans. So I would read all this, but I'm going to paraphrase. Essentially, deciding on the roof plan is important because if you decide on too steep of a roof, maintenance for that roof will be much more as expensive, as roofers will charge more for the more difficult task. However, they will last longer as debris will slide off the roof of a steeper roof. But whenever the roof is less steep, the roof, it has a better maintenance quotes as it is easier to walk on. However, it will also need to be replaced and be more costly as debris such as water, branches, leaves tends to not slide off as easy as the roof pitch on lower pitched roofs tends to stay on the roof. Financial return, as previously stated, additions to the house or mobile home in this case, as long as it has lands, adds value. And although it may not give you or us in this case 100% of my return, it will, however, help maintain the depreciating value of a mobile home. Last comments. I hope to one day add this addition to my home. While although it is a manufactured home, it is a roof over my head and over my girlfriend's head. We look forward to see how beautiful our double wide will look when it is finished with porch and all. I fully intend to make it something I can be proud of, and while it is plans for the future, my hope is the next owner, when we sell, will also see the additions to the home as valuable as we will. On that porch, I hope to have summer evening talks with the family and have a place to watch in the neighborhood. The porch will be the first thing I enter when I come home and the last thing I will leave. So when it comes to usefulness, I hope it is beautiful.